Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood. My name is Bruce Jennings.
And I'm David M. Harris. We hope you'll enjoy the poems we'll be reading today, poems written by your friends and neighbors. We begin with Yellow Watermelon by S.R. Lee. One day in a rural county seat, a farmer was selling watermelons from a big truck. Dad bought one which would be yellow when we cut into it, but instead of taking it home to a kitchen and a knife and controlled eating in the backyard, we walked up behind a barn, up a slope to the edge of the woods, busted that watermelon on the ground and ate out the golden heart, that center section without seeds, dripping yellow juice all over our legs, arms, shirts. It was cold inside that watermelon, even on a hot day. It remains the prime watermelon of my long life, better and more clearly remembered than all of those of watermelon seed fight with peers, or gracious invitations from neighbors on hot evenings, or carefully cut watermelon balls in elegant salads. That yellow watermelon, that afternoon alone with my father, teaching me how a melon can always be cool and delicious, no matter how hot the summer afternoon.
Our next poem is by Nethraja J, entitled Summer, from Seasons of My Heart. Carefree and careless, and as the heat increases, so does the flame that you lit. My heart acts before my mind can stop it. Your love for me is like raging water. I must get out before I drown.
EF5, Tornado Tableau by Lydia Esmer. From a mammoth cloud of darkness, mean as the devil's eyes, the wicked god of the whirlwind snakes down turbulent skies. He's bent on danger, that's for sure. Just hear the lion's roar. Hail, lightning, and thunder are the trinity he outpours. His mouth stretched open, he bites the dust, with fangs a mile wide, spewing his venom along a path like a raging tide. He fashions sheer disorder, turning towns upside down, twists and strips, mangles and rips, pulls from foundations asunder. In his wake he leaves an eerie swath of trees naked and gnarled, a landscape bereft of its markers, so folks don't know where they are. Splintered wood and crinkled steel are features of his tableau, holding appeal for crowds that flow to showings of all that's surreal.
Geometry Doesn't Care by Bruce Jennings. Isosceles stood on legs of equal length, was a confidant of Euclid, has a triangle bearing his name, which he either invented or discovered. He did so, most likely, due to the sweep of his namesake, like a spire he recognized himself in, by invention or discovery of self. History does not tell us which, and geometry doesn't care. But that is not the point. By and large, people don't invent triangles anymore. Picasso and the Demoiselles pretty much did all there was to be done along those lines. Of three-sided shapes and all their angles, the possibilities seem used up. But that is not the point. Someone will cavil, "Surely you mean Isosceles named that triangle, not invented nor discovered it. What's more, the person you name did no such naming, for there was in fact no such person by that name." But the shape was already there, the isosceles legs and angles, I mean, before isosceles happened along, wasn't it? That's a point, but not the one. Before triangles named such three-sided shapes, what were they? Not to be obtuse about it, before they were domesticated, these shapes, before equilateral, the socialist, and scalene, the libertarian, went their separate ways. But we cannot say what was before, only after. A deep transformation. Even that is not the point. A shape of matter becomes an idea of shape. A shape in the world takes shape anew in thought. That is geometry, the final study of life and death. High on the northwest wall of my house is a large window. 2 isosceles triangles side by side provide sunlight to my bathroom only late in the day. Too late for those who would leaf awaken to early morning light, as I would like to, soaking in its promise through the skin. But that too is not the point. Tricked by reflection of trees in the glass, or reflection on them, allured by the glow of hi-hat light, one day a bird struck strong shape, full shape of my window. A robin, I think, judging by the red on his breast below the broken neck. Dead I found him and paid my respects. The isosceles triangle shape he saw, he thought was empty, as all triangles by definition have to be according to geometry. His geometry of shape in thought was correct. His perception of shape in the world was mistaken. Geometry didn't care. Point taken.
A poem of my own, also in my book, The Review Mirror. Memorial, London. A formation of suits marches through the city of monuments, full of an unknown purpose. A puzzled old draft dodger watches them parade. Tweeds and flannels, pinstriped worsteds, crisp orders march the phalanxes to face a squat stone. One stands erect, silent, unashamed, weeping. I cannot hear the black suit address them. These unknown men, their monument, their cause. I join their quiet tears, their public grief.
Our Fleeing Freedom by George Spain. Our fleeing freedom is first set free by the humpback horseman of heaven and hell, who breaks loose the soft sacks hooked tight in our mothers and makes us cry the lusty cry of life, as our mothers watch in unbelief and our fathers wonder at their fathers as we creep up the cradle sides to join the horsemen who set us free. Thank you for watching Poets from the Neighborhood. We hope you'll join us again soon.